Sorry about that, Valimar. Can't imagine it was a very pleasant trip for you, all bound up like that.
It did not present a problem. I will now enter an inactive state and allow the mechanics to perform maintenance.
Thanks. Well then, I'll leave him with you.
Sure thing. We'll take good care of him.
By the way, it's a real honor to be entrusted with the famous Ashen Knight.
Welcome back, Reen. You must be exhausted.
Not really. I barely did anything. Everything went off without a hitch, mostly thanks to Valimar's power. Not to mention the planning of your people.
You're annoyed, I take it. By the way we do things.
Not really. Regardless of the means, the war coming to a swift end was a good thing for everyone. As for what happened to Crossbell, I'm not in any position to talk. No, those aren't what bother me. I can buy that you had no idea Rufus was an Ironblood, but did you really not know about my real father?
I didn't have any hard evidence, but I did suspect that might be the case. You just seemed somehow similar. The air about you, your facial features. I was always puzzled by how fascinated he was by your class as well.
I see. Excuse me then.
Right. That wasn't the only reason I worried about you, you know. Not that I could possibly tell him that.
I'm behaving like such a child. It's hard to believe it's been a whole month since I was here last. Guess it didn't snow after all. It's not like the excitement of that day has faded away or anything. So why? Why do I feel so cold? Huh? Oh, Lino flowers.
Welcome back, Reen.
Huh?
Welcome back.
What are you doing standing there? It's not like you to wallow in nostalgia. Did the flowers get to you?
You all came to see me.
They started budding just yesterday.
Should be in full bloom in about a week.
Guess some of them couldn't wait.
I guess not. It's good to be back, you guys.
Agreed. We're all so happy to see you again.
You must be wiped out after all you did, though.
I'm fine, actually. It really wasn't that tough. Still, did all of you really come out here just to welcome me back?
Why wouldn't we?
It's not like we second years have any lessons to worry about this time of year.
Besides, I already had to come out here because of Valimar, so I figured I might as well say hi to you too.
Technically, the first years are supposed to be in class right now, but I turned it into a self-study period instead. And that was only possible because everyone's favorite captain told us exactly when you'd be arriving.
Really now? It's nice to see you here too, Celine.
Well, don't think I went out of my way to be here or anything. But given the way that you were acting when you left, I was a little worried about you. I mean, I wasn't. Not at all.
Still, Thanks, everyone.
So what now? Going back to your dorm for some well-earned rest?
We can carry your stuff for you if you want.
No, I'm fine. You said that class is in session right now, right? I'm a student, so I might as well attend. I mean, I have been absent for a month now.
Wow, you're no fun at all. I was hoping we could skip the whole class thing and get to the welcome back party.
I like that idea.
Come on, it's party time!
Am I the only one who cares about studying at this school?
Well, maybe we can hold the party tonight instead.
In that case, we should probably head back to the academy.
Oh, and I know I said it before, but it's wonderful to have you back.
Thanks. I'm happy to be back, Elisa.
Okay. I was trying to let all that pass before I said anything, but here we are at the epilogue, Winter's End. It's actually there's several events that happen that basically make it into a dungeon, a final dungeon where you face a kind of sub boss, final boss, something like that. So, there's a couple of things we need to do here. There would be more if it was our first playthrough, but I've done most of it already, so I'm gonna run through the stuff that you need to do. But here we go.
I'll never forget those days. The final weeks we spent together as a class are like dazzling jewels forever etched into my memories. I cherished every last moment. I never wanted it to come to an end. But time stops for no one. The minutes and hours kept passing, and our days together were slowly coming to a close. After what happened, Valflame Palace soon returned to its original form. It was almost as if everything that took place there was some sort of dream. People's memories of that day started becoming vague. Many were convinced it was some kind of collective hallucination. That may have been in part a result of the chaotic days that followed, brought about by the Chancellor and Rufus. After the war, the entire country feared that Calvard would invade Crossbell and try to take it for its own. Using that to his advantage, Rufus quickly convinced the nobility to support him, pledged to cooperate with the Chancellor. And in January 1205, the combined forces of both Imperial and Provincial armies invaded Crossbell. Crossbell no longer possessed the weapon of mass destruction that had annihilated Gorelia Fortress. Thanks to that, the city was occupied in a mere day, with no blood shed. Calvard was quick to react, sending countless airships to try and drive the Imperial forces out. However, between Rufus's leadership and the combined might of the tanks and soldats under his command, they were quickly repelled. As for me, Chancellor Osborne's words became the reality. Valimar and I were heralded as those responsible for Heimdall's liberation. And as the purported hero to the nation, I'd received and accepted a request in February to back up our forces in Crossbell. It was there that I found myself suddenly leading numerous soldats and fighting off the Republican army. Before I knew it, everyone around me was referring to me as the Ashen Chevalier.
Yep.
Time kept flowing, and mid-March came.
That had to suck.
The month in which Class 7 would finally say their goodbyes.
And that brings our history review right up to the dawn of the modern era. Next week, we'll be covering the 50-year period from the Orbital Revolution up to the present day. We're blowing through this material a lot more quickly than I would otherwise, so try to keep up with your reading. Oh, and Emma and Machias, if you see anyone struggling, try to help them out, okay?
I fully intend to.
Leave it to us. I've got plenty of good reference books on the subject.
That would be very helpful, actually.
Sounds like a pain. Oh well.
I do happen to have a few gaps in my knowledge of the Revolution.
I should be able to help out with the technological side of things if you guys need it. I'm guessing we're gonna run into that Schmidt guy's name a lot, too.
Well, he was one of the 3 leading disciples of Professor Epstein, so yeah.
It'll feel strange seeing his name in textbooks, knowing how he is in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to think we were able to meet him, though.
All right, like I said, I'll be giving a quiz next week on everything we've covered up to now, which means it'll cover quadratic functions, factorizations, sets, logic, and probability.
Quadratic functions. Hell.
Oh, and if I'm feeling really mean, there might be a little calculus in there.
Oh,
so,
God.
study for this one.
I could not stand calculus.
That's a lot.
I'm getting depressed just thinking about it.
Sounds more like he's reciting some kind of curse.
It is all material we've covered in class before, you know.
It'll be worth going over the most basic formulas at the very least.
Oh boy.
That sums up this lecture on the structure of the stock market in Erebonia. Next week, we will hurry on and study unemployment and inflation problems. You're also going to be taking part in a debate on those issues. So make sure each of you are well prepared.
What kind of debate?
A debate. It's when people are divided into groups for and against something, then they argue their viewpoints.
Yo, the look on her face, she was like, what kind of bait? Like, oh my God. The fact that she didn't know what a debate was is hilarious.
After much consideration, I've decided we will use our remaining time to listen to and enjoy music from all manner of genres.
Now this sounds like a teacher that understands it's the end of the year.
From famous classics to popular modern music, I've gathered records of all kinds for you to enjoy. I even managed to borrow music from a hot new genre like heaving metal, I believe it's called. I wonder what that sounds like.
Heaving metal. Oh boy, she needs heavy metal.
Nice work, guys.
That's hilarious. She's like, what kind of bait? The fuck?
You poor kids must be exhausted. Feels like all your other instructors are dead set on cramming your brains with as much material as humanly possible.
Right.
I want to crawl into a hole and die.
You said it.
Still, this is exactly how we wanted it.
Right. They're doing it for our sake, so I don't mind it so much.
There's no way we could cover everything in class, so it's sweet of them to give us the bullet points while they still can.
Okay, well, to be fair, they have missed school all year. Like, well, at least 2 or 3 months of school fighting and stuff like that, like during the game, so yeah.
It's paying off for us in the long run, yeah, so we owe them a lot.
Forcing you to try and keep up with us is a little unfair of us, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of this again next year.
Are you sure you're fine with this arrangement?
Of course. This is to my benefit, too.
Alright, so you have to pay attention here, like, so Reem, because of his stuff, that with his father and outside of the classroom, he's missed a lot of school. So he has to be back next year to finish his courses.
If I get all of this crammed into my head now, maybe I can even come out on top on next year's midterms.
Well...
Whereas everybody else is gonna move on this year.
That's some confidence.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually did it, though.
He did come in 7th in the midterms this year, remember?
I'm probably just being too optimistic.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Guess we'll know for sure next year.
Anyway, tomorrow's the day you've all been waiting for. Your next free day. I know you've got enough schoolwork to choke a horse, but try to carve out a little time for your clubs and all that youthful jazz. The forecast for tomorrow is clear blue skies. Might be the perfect chance to sneak off and get into some ooh la la with that special someone.
Definitely not your normal teacher. Some ooh la la.
And truly, you teach us all by living your life as a shining counterexample.
Spoken like a true lifetime member of the Lonely Hearts Club, instructor.
Wow.
Hey! I'll have you know that there are plenty of guys who would do anything for a private lesson with yours truly.
But if that many men are interested in you, how come you spend so much time drinking alone in your room?
Oh, damn, they like straight flaming her ass right now.
I think the polite thing to do here is just smile and nod.
Damn, even Gaia's got a little
If you keep
in.
setting your sights on guys like Laura's dad, you might as well just buy a couple cats and get it over with.
It does seem like she's fighting an uphill battle to find a good match.
Just you wait, guys. In 2 weeks, when you see the hordes of chiseled, elegant gents draped over me, we'll see who has the last laugh.
It is hilarious because Sarah is fine as hell. Like, she's like beautiful, fine, a badass, and she's only like 24. She's like 23, 24 years old. She's not even old at all. She did have a drinking problem, though. That probably got a lot to do with it. She has a drinking problem. A very serious one.
Time really does fly. It's hard to believe our last free day is tomorrow.
Yeah, it felt like we still had more time.
For me, it feels like it's been ages since I last had one.
I suppose it would.
Were you able to rest up at all while you were away?
Not really. It was basically work, work, work the whole time. I did get taken into Crossbell City during what time off I did have, but I can't say I felt very comfortable there.
I'm sure.
Indeed. That must have been more painful than anything.
To the people of Crossbell, we Erebonians are aggressors. I can hardly imagine they would welcome us with open arms.
That doesn't sound like it'd stop Lecter from living it up over there, though.
He did take me to a casino once, actually. He won so much, he might as well have been cheating.
Pretty sure he probably was. Yeah, right?
It always feels like people who like gambling really like it, huh?
You're thinking about Crow?
So, does anyone have anything planned for our free day? Remember, it's the very last one, so make it count. We wouldn't want to end the day with any regrets.
True enough. Although, I wonder if I'd end the day regretting that it has to end in the first place if we made it too much fun.
I've got so much that I want to do, I'm not sure where to start. I know I want to attend practice, at least. Oh, same. I've got to go taste test some new dishes for the cooking club, plus Kirsch's has a new menu up, and...
How many stomachs do you have?
Will you be helping the student council tomorrow, Reen?
That's the plan. It sounds like Toa will finish handing all her work over to the others today, but they're bound to be busy. So I thought it'd be nice to take some of it off their hands, whether they like it or not.
Ah, Reen, ever the reliable gopher.
That's a very you response.
If there's anything we can help with, let us know, okay?
Well, I guess I'd better get going. I could go straight to the student council room, but it's my first time back in over a month, so it would be nice to take a walk. Maybe I should go and see how Valamar's doing too.
Reen?
What's up?
Nothing, really. I just wanted to spend a little more time with you.
Oh.
Well, I'd love that too, but are you sure you can afford to? I mean, you have that meeting with the lacrosse club about tomorrow, don't you?
I know, but that can wait. Right now, I just want to be with you for as long as I can. Please?
Aw, well, how can I say no to a cute face like yours? Nothing would make me happier.
Oh, love, love, love. So sweet. It wasn't for long, but the two of them were happy simply passing the time together. When the time came to part ways, they said their goodbyes just outside the classroom. Classes are over for the day. You can walk around the academy grounds freely. All right, so basically, what we're gonna do, you can first thing you need to do, actually, you definitely need to walk around and make sure you speak to everybody. All these little yellow dots up here on the bottom floor, make sure you talk to everyone, all of the people. I would do it, but I don't have to. I've done it before, and I'm just trying to get the story on the way. Yeah, but make sure you speak to everybody. The first thing we're going to do, actually, we are going to speak to the principal. If it isn't Reen Swartzer, allow me to give you my belated congratulations on your incredible work over in Crossbell. Though it does break my heart that such a heavy burden should fall to a student such as yourself. Don't feel bad, sir. I was the one who chose to accept the Crossbellian government's quest after all. Besides, it wouldn't do me any good to run away from this. The role I've been given is difficult, but I'll see it through to the end. I ended up meeting some interesting people over there too. I have no regrets. Then I shall only say one more thing. I'm sure your days ahead will be full of hardships. Be sure to not lose sight of yourself as you face them. I love that he said that to him. That is all the advice I can give you. Thank you, sir. General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the Army. Oh, so General Van Dyke was his commanding officer. Huh. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. Is something wrong, Swarther? No, sir, not at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Principal Van Dyke knew something. But now is not the time to start asking. Alright, so you got that little scene there with him. And like I said, make sure you go around, talk to some people. Was there a thing on the rooftop? That was him. I don't know if it's a scene with... Okay, so it's a little scene with Makarov. Do you know how tough it is to do these special lessons for you kids? Got more than enough on my hands with just one set of lessons, but you guys just have to have your own, didn't you? I'm sure it's a ton of work. We really can't thank you enough for doing all this for us. Whatever. Yeah, my current workload's a headache, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded to a migraine when next year rolls around. Due in no small part to that damn building over there. The one that's supposed to house Valimar and all those Soldats? The Imperial Army asked the Academy to build it, didn't they? Yeah, asked isn't really the right word. Though, and it's not the first time. They made us take those combat shells too. They even made me help with it since I worked on the Tachi. Just finished it up a few days before you came back to Crossbell. I didn't know that. They haven't given us any Soldats to put in there yet, but it's probably just a matter of time. I bet they're going to be as common as battlefield tanks soon enough. He is right about that. Yeah, it's kind of scary to think how much has changed in Erebonia since the end of the war. And this is probably only the beginning. Well, that's life. Nothing stays the same forever. Just don't spend so much time worrying about the future that you forget about what's happening in your life right now. Basically, don't freak out about the future Erebonia when you got your own shit to deal with, like next week's test. He brought the test back up. I'll be sure to study extra hard for this one. Maybe I should drop by that building and pay Valimar a visit later, though. He made sure he wanted to let him know about the damn test. Okay, I think the next person, I think it's the Academy field. Yeah, we talked to Eustace and everybody. I owe nearly as much of the riding club this year as I do our class. My time at Thor's wouldn't have been nearly as interesting if I hadn't joined. I consider myself lucky to have done so. I'm happy to hear that. Still, Ring, from what I understand, my brother owes you a lot for what you've done during your stay in Crossville. I wouldn't say that. While I was there, I saw the extent of his political skill over and over again. And well, I feel like I only now know just how much he's capable of. In both good ways and bad, I assume. I thought I knew him just like I thought I knew my father, but in the end of the day, they were both strangers to me. I'm sorry, Eustace. Well, enough about me. I just wish he could have seen his duty as one of the Academy's directors, though, through to the end of the year. That's all. All right. I don't think that there was anything else with them. But you do make sure you talk to everybody else, and you'll see like little events and stuff, the little small events with them, just story stuff. Yeah, Patrick's in here. Oh, it's you, Swarzer. Is it true that you're going to be helping out student council again tomorrow? I would have imagined one in your position would take the opportunity to rest, but I suppose it's just not your way. Yeah, for better or worse, it's just how I am. How are things back at home, by the way? I heard things are still kind of chaotic over in the southern province. So it seems. It's certainly keeping my father busy. Celestine will be returning home to help him, so I imagine he'll be able to stay on top of things. But what is it to you how my family is faring? Don't you have enough to worry about as the way things stand? Well, I have no shortage of scores to settle with you, so I'd appreciate it if you got back to being your old self. Otherwise, I'll simply end up speeding ahead of you before you know it coming next month. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Now, it's really funny when you see that right there happening, because Reen and Patrick actually really do become really good friends, and it's kind of shocking. You'll see. Looks like I'll finally be able to go toe to toe with Patrick. Guess I got Bridget's support over the year to thank for that. But these aren't my laurels to rest on. A good boyfriend aims higher to make sure that he can always keep his girlfriend safe. He is correct. Alright, and next we are going to go to the engineering building.
Oh.
Hey there, Rain.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart. I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your new one's got a pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous. The specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rain. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me.
I actually thought when I first heard that, when I played this, I was like, man, it would be a really cool side game to like go with her and her have like this little journey of her getting involved in some bullshit, just because of how like her character really stands out and she does martial arts and stuff like that. I thought it'd be really cool. I feel like they missed the opportunity there with her.
The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
You can say that again. I have no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
And on top of the fact that she's actually hilarious.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Seems that way. First stop's the Burl and ZCF. Always wanted to see it. After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Lamont State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Verne Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy, but I think I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relations. Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You've thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen. Even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Reen.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
He's correct.
But
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crosspell.
True.
I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Rain. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
sometimes I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones. Thanks, you guys. This really helps.
Don't mention it. On a completely different note, why don't you pay Valimar a visit while you're here? We spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will. But not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
Alright. We will do that. It's right next to the engineering building now.
Hey, Valimar. How you holding up?
Relatively comfortably. My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know? What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation in the earth veins below us. Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay? You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
Alright. Well, crap. So, from here, make sure you go, to the store, that's right, and buy, it's the Imperial Chronicle issue, I think it's number 7, and if you did that, you got the rest of the books in the game, you should get the book trophy, finish talking to everybody. I think we go to, trying to think. I think it's the student council building. See something here. Trade all that good stuff in. We got all our stuff back. And don't worry, all this is gonna come into play shortly. When is somebody else supposed to talk to up here? It's a fishing club. What club is that? I can't even get the camera up there to see what club it is. Damn it. Is this dude? Okay, no, okay, so yeah, make sure you talk to all these people up here too. Like every building all over the place. Make sure you do it and talk to everybody. I'm gonna go back. See if I can leave the front entrance here. I don't know if I can. Okay, okay, so you do have to go see Toa before you can do it. Alright, so go to first floor here, find Thomas, Instructor Thomas, over here. If you talk to him, why, hello, Reem. How goes your studying? I'll be more than happy to help if you're having any sort of trouble. Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll be alright. I've got Maki's and Emma's support system keeping me on the ball. If that offer extends to next year, though, I'm sure I'll be taking it up with you then. Taking it up on you then. Oh, by all means, nothing in this world would make me happier than lending a hand to students in need. Oh, and by the way, I pretty much finished decoding those black records you gave me. As much as it pains me, you can take them off my hands. You have? There's some fascinating stuff in there, if I do say so myself. Be sure to look them over if you have time. Right. But can you believe the academic year is so close at its end? I'd just love to see it off with a big old party, wouldn't you? I think you're onto something. I'm pretty curious about this report he just gave me. I'll have a look at it over it when I get to my dorm. Okay. Okay, so you can't really decipher it right now until I guess you get back to the dorm. Alright, so that is one of the last things that you need to do other than talk to people. I think you have to go talk to Toa now. Let's do the council building. Toa handing over all of her work to the rest of the student council should be ending today. So I'm guessing she's still here. There's definitely someone in here, but there's no response. Oh, I know. Excuse me, I'm coming in. Of course.
Yep, I knew it. No wonder she fell asleep. She must have been really busy getting everything sorted out for the spring. Makes me remember finding her like this over in the computer room.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, right. I probably shouldn't look too much or she'll get mad when she wakes up.
Angie, George, Crow. Rain? What are you doing in my room? Wait,
okay.
This is the student council room. I must have fallen asleep.
Sorry for coming in without permission. I did knock, though.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault for dozing off like this. Why do you always have to keep finding me like that? I hope you weren't looking at me while I was sleeping again.
I did try to look as little as possible.
Well, if you say so. Is something the matter? You're not looking too well.
No, I'm fine. Maybe the light streaming in through the window is making me look off color? I feel fine, really.
Come with me.
What's this all about?
I know that you're a boy and all, and I do think that you've grown a lot during your year here. No, I probably shouldn't even call you a boy anymore. You're a grown man now, but that doesn't mean you always have to stand and endure everything life throws your way. Okay?
That's what men have to do.
If it gets too much, it's alright to sit down and let it all out. Whether you're a boy or a grown man doesn't change that. It's okay, Reen.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry.
The tears.
I'm so sorry. I promised I'd bring him back.
He definitely blames himself a lot for what happened to Crow.
I promised I'd make him graduate with you, but I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You did everything you could. You made sure he knew how we all felt. And you let all of us know how he really felt too. So, don't get so worked up about it. Okay?
Finally seeing Reen break down
I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to see me like that.
like that was hard.
Well, I guess we're even then. Not like I jump for joy every time you catch me sleeping.
Have you finished getting everything ready for the next student council now, by the way?
Yep, my days of being president are almost done. The first years taking over are really smart, though. I barely had to teach a thing in the end.
Still, it must have been hard work getting through it all. You're going on a tour of various NGOs after graduation, right?
Yep. The plan's to take a year to visit NGOs in lots of different fields. Politics, economics, engineering, medicine. After that, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll probably join either the army or something related to the government, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd both love to have you. There's no chance either one would say no to you. Especially since taking a year off hasn't made them any less determined to recruit you. After all you did with commanding the courageous, it's no wonder you're so in demand.
I don't know. I don't think I did anything special, really. Still, I feel like it'd be best in the long run for me to see the world from a variety of different perspectives. I don't know what path I'll choose, but I want to step onto it with a firm decision on how things should be. I think that's the best thing I can do for this country's future. Maybe I'm being a little overdramatic there, though.
Not at all. After how much you've done for this academy, I can only imagine how much you could do for this country. Just try not to overwork yourself, okay? We're with you all the way, but we will always worry, you know?
Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. What was it that made you come here? I mean, I'm happy you did, but...
Oh, I'd completely forgotten too. I just came to ask if there was anything I could do to help tomorrow, seeing as it's another free day.
But you've only just come back. And besides, tomorrow's your...
That's all the more reason I want to spend tomorrow's free day the same way I spent all of the others. It wouldn't feel like our final free day is Class 7 if it were any different.
Well, if you say so. Okay. I do have a few things in mind, so I'll just drop them into your mailbox in the dorm like I always do. And thanks for offering.
Huh. Okay. Reen. So everybody's coming. Hey guys, didn't expect to run into you. Yeah, crazy coincidence, huh? No, it's not. You all are at the same damn school, and never mind. Are you heading back to the dormitory too? That was the idea. Why don't we all head back together then? Alright. It's nice seeing the flowers as they start to bloom. Yeah, I know you said earlier they'd be in full bloom in a week, but I'm thinking it'll be closer to the end of the month personally. just in time for the welcoming ceremony. The new students will be able to begin their academic lives here surrounded by lino flowers, just as we did. How wonderful. You've all known each other since your first day here, right? That's right. Nobody else started part way through the year like you did. But back then, I never could have imagined we'd get along this well. We got off to a kind of a rocky start. Huh, you're telling me. Especially Machias and Yusuf. For what it's worth, I do regret the way I behaved back then. It's not exactly something I'm terribly proud of. Oh, think nothing of it. Immaturity makes fools of even the best of us at times. Thanks. I just realized what he said. Thanks. Hold on. What's that? What's with that expression? You weren't exactly standing on moral high ground either. I wouldn't have had as much of a reason to behave the way. Okay, let me start it over. I wouldn't have had as much of a reason to behave the way I did if you hadn't kept looking down your nose at me. Did you not hear me say the best of us? Okay. It was hell on all of us the first time, and now it's just a fond memory now. I suppose the same can be said about your and Reen's little incident at the start of the year, couldn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. Just had to bring that up, didn't you? I should have seen this coming. It's alright. They boyfriend, girlfriend now. Ooh, little incidents are my favorite. Tell me. That's how I imagine she said that. Well, don't you dare. She's the last person that needs to know. That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure she already knows. Our first day really was full of surprises. Yeah, I can't imagine too many teachers welcome their students by dropping them through a hole in the floor. That's what she did too. Pressing the button, winking an eye. Even without having to fight a gargoyle on the way out, that's a pretty memorable start to a school year. That gargoyle proved to be quite the opponent too. Her face worse of things, I'll say. And when we finally managed to pull it together and defeat it, she just casually drops in like nothing happened. It's like she was lying in wait the whole time, watching and waiting for her chance to strike. It's true, she probably was. That's exactly what she was doing. Probably waiting to strike if she had to, if they couldn't beat it. Still, as exhausting and unusual as it was, that was how our class began. I'm pretty sure it's burned into all of our memories at this point. How could it not be? I have no doubt about that. Even so, I'm sure it's one of the memories that I'll cherish decades into the future. Oh, now you got me all jealous. Now it's my turn to do something crazy and make super memorable memories too. Don't you dare. I dread to imagine when she says what she's thinking when she says something crazy. Same here. That girl, she is crazy. On the wonderfully unrelated note, what are we going to do for dinner tonight? I only plan on getting something over at Kirsch's. I think it's pronounced Kirsch's. But if anyone has any better ideas, I think it may be a good idea to make something for ourselves. If we divide the work between us, I'm sure our meal would have quite a bit of variety too. That does sound nice. My cooking skills were in danger of getting rusty too. No objections here. Well, unless anyone has what they need already, I think it's time to split up. We probably got a lot to buy,
That
Uh,
so...
won't be necessary.
Of course.
Huh?
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here?
She hates when Sharon just kind of pull out of nowhere.
The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position as your dormitory's caretaker, which means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Look how Rain looked when he said that, though.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway. How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Rhineford group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up. Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order. He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Boy, I'm starving. Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for? Oh, why are you here?
It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah.
Is she just like so happy? Hey, how you doing?
I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer. Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it. Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this. You know, considering her affiliation.
I'm guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Rhineford and the government to leave her alone. Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants.
Exactly. There ain't much. She's straight Ouroboros, and everybody just kind of sitting there like, okay, I guess. Like, whatever. Just don't kill us all in our sleep, you know?
Whew. I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing.
Alright. Because everybody is part of the team, I will talk to everyone here. But also, this is how you get the third pages of everyone, too. So you need to talk to everybody in here. Sharon's, I think, is the only one that updates automatically. I'm not... Yeah, she goes back to dorms. Hers updates automatically, but you can still talk to her if you want to. But this is how you get all members' third page, by talking to everybody in the building right here on this part. Let's see if he says something about Crow's room.
Here's Crow's room. I think I'll stay away from it for now. I feel more like going around and talking to everyone.
Alright, we will start here.
Hey, Machias! Working hard or hard?
Don't you dare say it.
I'll stop you right there. Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book.
Of course he is.
If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they? You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely. I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Can't say I envy you. Still, I know you're going to be just fine. You're so smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just... I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring, but let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something. Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged. The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
That was weird. Alright. Alright, I'm going to end here. When we come back, we'll be finishing up this, and we'll talk to everyone here, and it will go into, you'll see all the events that lead to, after the free day, going into the dungeon, and going into the old schoolhouse for the final dungeon. And well, I don't want to spoil it. You'll see everything that happens there. Thank you guys for rocking with me. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Like the video, man. It really helps fight that algorithm. The algorithm is very nasty.
Right.
So we got to fight that together. So tap that like button. Help the channel out. All right, but come back for some more, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.